These are the bits that I removed from my short story so that I could make it as short as possible. And it is not short. But I hope that it is long enough that it inspires feeling. Here is the addendum. Where is hope? How do we rebuild, let alone survive, in a world unshy about their disdain for the existence of our struggle? It would seem they would rather we be less alive, less a burden, less a problem, as if our inability to win the fight against poverty warrants less quality of life. They believe us responsible for our suffering and project blame on us, the broken, rather than take any responsibility. For how could one possibly not get by in such a wealthy, abundant society, as if all the resources, education, and security was ours for the taking? We are called lazy. They presume we are eagerly addicted to drugs, leeches on society, driven by violence and crime and greed. We are trying to survive. It feels like social gaslighting. We are broken humans, lost humans, even regular humans who fell on hard times and lost everything. We are drawn to addiction by fear, pain, and anxiety. The hopeless seek naturally to numb the pain and pacify the sense of insanity. Nothing makes sense anymore, and living is suffering. We are the natural product of a broken family and a social... We are the natural product of broken families and a social system that capitalizes on every opportunity to make a dollar, even off of those who have nothing. The system that failed us blames us and shames us for simply existing, surviving, even as crudely as we have the capacity to exist, considering how little resources exist within our reach. Here we bleed our hearts and minds and bodies. Summer or winter time, the temperatures alone take our lives. Some would not bat an eye, nor shed a tear, nor take the time to know our names or listen or hear our final protest that we wish to live. If we even wish to live any longer, to live with no hope and only fear eventually becomes too hard to bear, and we crave the silent comfort of death. But oh, if we could live. Oh, if we could heal. If only we could find the strength, the information, the drive, the motivation, the belief to believe that life could get better from here. We are the product of a shit legacy, one that left us incapable of emotionally self-regulating. We are the product of a shit society. We are the product of a shit legacy, one that left us incapable of emotionally self-regulating or processing these terrifying, deadly, real challenges that we face every day on the streets. We survive the only way we know how, students of darkness, our teachers the streets, called to the light, with no ladder to climb out of the deepest, darkest pit. The homeless are no less deserving of help and assistance, and the best parts of society are trying to fight for them, to try to create change, that they might find shelter, that they might find help and resources, because getting a job is impossible when you don't have a ride or a cell phone or an ID, and these things are often not within our capacity to hold on to. When you don't have money, you can't buy a car. If you have a car, if it breaks down, you now have no car. If you can't get to work, you can't make money to buy a car. If you can't have a cell phone, you can't call a job. Literally all of these things, just trying to get out of homelessness, just the effort alone is exhausting, and it's absolutely maddening. It drives people insane. And addiction is how they cope. So how about instead of judging them, how about instead of ignoring them, blaming them, we do something for them. We do something, because at any moment, even the most wealthy of us, the most secure, the most loved, blah, 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 can lose everything and be one of them. And I hope that if you ever found yourself in the position where you lost everything, you wouldn't feel so hopeless and so alone and so abandoned. Blessed be.